Hello friends, welcome back to Surya Chess. Today we are going to see the match which has played between Harika and Kostenik. Kostenik is Russian Grandmaster and the game has played on the event, in the event Women's Speed Chess Championship main event 2021. I already made a stream on that event where we were capturing all the matches and we have gone through that match where there was a queen blunder happened, so we want to see that game and some deep analysis. So those who have visited to the channel first time, do subscribe to the channel. It will motivate me for to make the further videos, and let's proceed with the analysis. So the game has begun with the very different way the Harika played in the event. That is the b3, then the b6, then the bishop onto the b2, bishop goes on to the b7. This is known as Nimzo Larsen something opening. The name has given on the opening name is as Nimzowitsch Larsen attack. That's what the name. So the game started with the knight goes to f3, knight goes to f6, then the c4. So this is something Harika trying to expand towards the queen side and make some. The idea is to now the later on put the knight onto the c3 and some more developments, like maybe go on to the development like this, or just push and then develop like this. So let's see what has happened in the game further. Then e6 followed by e3, then the a5 followed by knight goes to c3, where as I said, now the plan of Harika is to just develop all the pieces the way, and this bishop can ready to develop, and then there will be some castle happen in if Harika went for a castle. So let's see. Knight goes on to the e4, where it's asking for the exchange, and now Harika just said that if you wanna capture. I'm developing my queen, and I'm having a further developments. Kostenik said no, I'm not going to capture. So pawn has been pushed further. So if there is some other move played like h6 or something, that will be the blunder, because this is simply a piece loss, because you cannot capture with this because of the double attack. So that has not happened in the game. So Kostenik is well aware of it. She pushed the pawn further f5 to support the knight, and Harika said okay, I'm going with the further development, and I'm ready with the castle for both the ends. Now I will take the decision where to go for the castle based on the viewer position. So Kostenik said okay, I'm going back. So now in this game, this knight has played 3 moves. If you see, first development followed by onto the e4, and then now just coming back towards the first development. So this is a wastage of moves done by Kostenik, and Harika is having +1 in this position. The pawn has been pushed d3. Bishop develops onto the e2, e7. The idea is to just ready for the castle, and later on this queen can jump into the game by either push further or like this. So let's see what has happened in the game. So Harika said okay, I'm striking into the center. If you're ready for the castle, I'm breaking it, and then I'll go for the castle. So Kostenik said if you want to capture, I'm just going for the castling, and she went for the castle. Harika said okay, I'm pushing further now. I'm not going to capture. So there is a line that you can capture also, where the capture will happen. So the game can continue with there will be some castling stuff will happen. Then now this time Harika can go with the short castle, and now this is somehow the solid position for Harika later on. So this has not happened in the game. Let's see where we are. Pawn has been pushed onto the e5, knight goes on to the h5, queen onto the d2, and pawn push. So this is the deadly attack started by Kostenik, but I don't like this, even though this is the best move, because you are weakening your king. Now these 2 pawns are already there, and Harika didn't castle. So this move is best when your opponent has also castle, but Harika didn't castle, so she can go for long castle and save. She can also push further, and she may get the open files. towards the king. So let's see what has happened. So pawn has been pushed onto the h3 to stop the idea. So if you didn't play that, otherwise that will be the huge attack. Now if you capture, then this is the blunder, because you see the bar don't like is now this knight has to go back, and the knight has to go back over there, and there is a very strong move of simply win on to the h6. Now the idea is threatening a mate, so king has to go, and there will be some brutal attacks, like before that if you can give the check here, but this may capture, so there will be some ideas of like capturing and all. So let's see what has happened in the game. When knight comes onto the after h3, knight goes on to the f4. The idea is now to give the check to the king, and Harika said, I'm going for the long castle. If you want to capture. So there is also some lines, let me show you the lines as well. Knight goes back, knight can't go here, because of that is also a blunder. So you have to go back here, and then I'll just capture. And here, let me see, sorry, why this is a blunder. No need to capture. You can simply capture here because of this pin. So I was just thinking to capture here, and if you capture, I'll capture back, and this is hanging. You need to defend this by pawn push, and then I'll push further, and I'm winning another piece here. So that was coming into my mind. So let's see what has happened after knight onto the let's see. After castle, Kostyuk started pushing further with the a4, and Harika said, I'm going to capture the pawn, whatever your next ideas now. So Kostyuk said, say, I'm giving another pawn, not pawn ideally. Yeah, it's a pawn. It has given another pawn, so 2 pawns given up, and here third pawn has been offered. So Harika said, no, this time I'm not going to capture. I just pushed a pawn further, and this is somehow the equal position. And let's see the further. Knight has developed onto the a5, then the pawn pushed. So till that time it was the hanging pawn, and that cannot be captured, as we discussed. So the pawn has been pushed, and Kostyuk said, okay, I'm going to capture now. So captures, and knight comes onto the b4, where it's threatening to capture the if a2 pawn and giving the check. So Harika said, okay, let me just come on to the b1 to support the pawn, as well as I'm ready to put my rook onto the open file, semi-open file we would say, not the fully open file. Let's see, the knight goes on to the d5, and Harika just rerouting the knights now. Knight onto the d2, knight captures. The idea of this is she want to capture back the pawn. So Harika said, I am not going to support that pawn, and here there are some crazy lines, let me see the lines. So before that also not captured, or maybe some rook sack conditions are like, later on this pawn will push further and attacks to the what we say. Now there is a threat of, if you play something like this, that is the big blunder, because you can see there is a check, and this cannot do anything, and you can simply capture that. So this can happen, so always look for that as well. So let's see, the captures happen over there, and knight has been pushed onto the c4, where it's a tempo where you're getting attack onto the queen. So Kostyuk said, okay, I'm coming here onto the f6 and attacking onto the a2, where there is a double, it's a support with the rook. So I'm going to just simply give the check you. So Harika said, no, I'm pushing the pawn further to the a4. Let's see what has happened further. Then the c4 c5 on the game, rook h2 e1, then bishop goes on to the c6, queen on to the c2. Then here bishop comes onto the f3 to attack the rook. Harika said, okay, I'm just supporting my rook, and she put the rook onto the c1. Let's see the further game, rook onto the b8. The idea is now later on you are going to double up and put some huge pressure onto the b3 pawn. So Harika is well aware of it, so she played well in advance by king onto the a2 and ready for putting keeping the support to the b3 pawn by rook onto the b1 like that. So rook onto the b7, then followed by bishop onto b3. The idea is, as we said, that it's going to support after this double up, and you can later on target this pawn as well. So let's see, the double has been happened, and rook onto the b1. Now there are two supports, and now if one more support cannot be possible because this is supported, and this knight is guarding the pawn, this square, so queen cannot jump. And ideally also, if that is not supported, queen cannot come. You cannot give the queen for a rook. So bishop comes back onto the c6, where it's now targeting maybe some sack, maybe possibility in the game. So Harika said, okay, I'm going to double up now. So bishop comes on. So these are like waiting moves, I would say, because going back and then coming again here. So Harika said, okay, if you're playing waiting moves, I'm also playing some waiting moves. Like, so she played the normal move where h6 has been pushed, and Harika has just doubled up the rooks, and maybe later on she can relieve the queen to somewhere else and start putting some attacks. King goes on to the g7, queen on to the d2, rook goes on to the g8, queen on to the c3. So these are the some lines normally just trying to move or shuffle the pieces here, because there is nothing in the game at the moment. You can see the both sides are equal, and here Harika just given up the pawn to get some activity, and queen goes on to the c2. Now queen can jump in to do some checks like this. So let's see, rooks goes to the b8, where the idea is to just come on to any of the square, double up the rooks as well. Here Harika given the check, and ideally it's a mistake, because bishop comes on to the e4, where now the check has been defended, and now she has threatening the exchange. So Harika said, okay, I'm coming on to the e2, and if you capture, I'm ready to capture this. And here I had a comment on my previous video where it has mentioned that what if it's captured. So let's go to that line and let's see what has happened. If rook bishop takes on to the b1, then rook takes on to the b1. So here it's a 1+ position for Kosciuszko here. Let's see the further. So rook has to be defended further. So rook comes on to the g3, then rooks. These are some crazy lines which engine has suggested, and I also tried to understand those lines. So rather than this, another line suggesting is, you can just go and capture the pawn here, and if you capture back, then this is the not good. You can say this is the isolated pawn, but yeah, this pawn can be targeted later on by rook. Queen comes on over here. So yeah, let me show that line as well. So these are some lines, but this is useful to black only, or maybe the draw can happen, but later on this is the pass pawn which needs to be taken care. So let's see what has happened in the game. Rook comes on to the e1, where it's a double attack coming onto the bishop, and bishop just come back onto the f5, where now the idea is that this queen is hanging, and there is some not discover attack, discover check, but yeah, there is some discover attack on the queen, and that there will be some possibility of winning the material, and that's what happened in the game as well. Harika went for knight onto the d7, d6, where Kosciuszko, I'll give a couple of seconds to see what move has been played over here. So that was the blunder happened here. If you see, it was captured over here, and that was the big miss by her, and it has been captured. So the game is 3+1, so maybe due to the time pressure, it may happen with everyone that during time pressure you can lose the material or blunder something. But let's see, there are some crazy lines, after knight onto the d6, there is a line that rather than capturing this, you can go onto the bishop goes on to the d3, where now you are hitting the queen and you are guarding the queen as well. So the next move is queen has to go on to the d2 or maybe f3, and later on it's like giving some checks. So now this time it's asking for capture, and then followed by bishop goes on to the f5. So that is what the idea, to stop of any checks and all. And later on, sorry, not this time, I think so. After capture, if queen captures, then that is a blunder. Why it is a blunder? Because it's hanging and it's a piece completely piece meaning, and now you need to come onto the, either go onto the, or maybe support with this rook back, and later on it's just a matter of few moves, because your piece up, your okay, 3 pawn versus 4 pawn, but these are quickly going for the advancement. So this is the blunder happen. Let me show you. That was the big miss, and here itself Postenik just resigned the game. So guys, let me know in the comments. I tried to analyze the game and show you some good lines, so you might have learned something from the video. Do let me know in the comments how you are liking the video and all. If there are any videos you want to make me on any topic, I'm ready to make. Just put some comments, and based on that I'll make the video. Okay, thanks so much guys for watching the video. Do like, share, subscribe. Have a nice day. Bye bye.